For Montana East Regional News, this is Emily Boyles. This is the story of a local boy and slight mischief maker who grew into serviceman and leader through hard work and determination. And now, as he turns to retirement from a high-ranking position in the U.S. Navy, has chosen to honor the community of Glendive and the people who gave him the foundation for a future. U.S. Navy Master Chief Jody Hostetler graduated from Dawson County High School in 1989. He then spent some time at Dawson Community College and MSU, but he wasn't sure what he wanted to be when he grew up, so on February 23, 1992, he enlisted in the U.S. Navy. He took his first commercial airline flight ever to Orlando, Florida for basic training, then on to Nuclear Field A School. The petty officer buckled down, put in more study hours than required, and moved up to passing courses with a 3.4 GPA. As he advanced through his career, he saw a nuclear-powered cruiser decommissioned, holding watch over defueling the nuclear reactor, introduced a strategy for operating an electric plant configuration, and became a strict mentor for a ragtag bunch of pirates. His leadership skills shined when given a challenge. In 2009, the then newly promoted Chief Petty Officer reported to what would be his last command. He told his commanding officer to give me the weakest crew. His weakest crew was a true diamond in the rough, and the group went on to earn the MTS 626 Battle E for performance on 2 separate occasions. Through his career, he found success in his personal life as well as career. In 2004, he married his wife, Jody L, and together they have 4 children. When a man of his ranking retires from the Navy, often a flag is flown over the White House. Instead, Chief Master Hostetler asked that his flag be flown over the schools in his hometown. In a letter, he explains why. He writes, "It is a celebration of 20 years' faithful service to my country. I believe this is a community achievement, and I owe a great deal of thanks to Glendive, Montana, my home. When I looked back at my career and life, I wanted to fly my flag in the places which had the most significance in setting my course, and so I determined that should be my home in the schools of learning which formed me. First, my parents, George and Verna Hostetler, who took me to church and taught me about Jesus and his tremendous gift to all who accept it. The little red schoolhouse up in the Heights, where I learned how to write my name and how to sit on the red rug. Jefferson School, where I learned the basic skills of communication, math, arts, and science. I remember Mr. Weininger, Mrs. Adams, and Mrs. Mast, and I thank them for the love and care they took in helping me. I remember to this day praying as a class before lunch with Mrs. Adams. Washington School, where I began to learn the beginning of teamwork in sports and where I continued to develop academically. I'd like to thank Mr. Lehman and Mr. Weiss and Mr. Moran and Mr. Ziegler and Mr. Carpenter. Dawson County High School, where I did more than hitting people on the football field. However, I do believe the core of my leadership style and the brute determination to be successful as a Navy nuclear operator can be mostly attributed to the hard work and leadership of my coaches, Coach Person, Coach Meyer, Coach Graveguard, and especially Coach Weidel and Coach Dryden. I would tell them that I definitely did my best to lead by their fine example in knowing when to mentor and knowing when it was necessary to really get into the rear of a young sailor who needed it. The Dawson County Courthouse, where I learned from my misdemeanor conviction of contributing to the delinquency of minors that there can be harsh consequences in life when foolish decisions are made. Believe me, the 3 days in the county jail and the reality of fingerprinting and mugshots have left a lifelong impression on me and changed me in a real and positive way. Lastly, Dawson Community College, I would like to thank personally whoever the person was who granted me my academic scholarship and my boss at Taco John's who paid for my books. DCC would be the first time in my life that I ever got straight A's in a semester, and that was a semester loaded with nothing but math and science. I'd like to thank my advisor and physics instructor, Mr. Lindgren, Mr. Fredericks, and others. It was my instruction here in the math and sciences which directly resulted in my selection to the Navy nuclear program. Sincerely, Jody L. Hostetler. Honoring his brother's request, Glendivian Craig Hostetler is flying the flag which will be used in his retirement ceremony this week over each of the schools as well as by the Dawson County Courthouse. Over his career, Chief Master Hostetler received 2 Navy Marine Corps Commendation Medals, 3 Navy Marine Corps Achievement Medals, the Navy Unit Commendation, 2 Meritorious Unit Commendations, the Navy E-Ribbon, 6 Good Conduct Medals, 2 National Defense Service Medals, the Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal, the Southwest Aegis Service Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, 3 Sea Service Deployment Ribbons, and the Navy Expert Rifleman Medal. After his July 6, 2012 retirement, retired Master Chief Hostetler will be moving into civilian life into a high-ranking position at a nuclear plant in South Carolina. Chief Master Hostetler, thank you for your service to our country and for representing well Eastern Montana and Glendive. For Montana East Regional News, this is Emily Boyles.